Alright guys, I find the best way to resize any paper, or even canvas for that matter, is by hopefully getting a good tear through here without wrecking anything, without breaking your paper, and hopefully you get a decent sketch pad that has a nice straight edge. Now if I want to resize that, I can resize that to, let's get that out the way, can resize this to any sort of size. So let's just say I wanted to do, so that's currently an A3. If I want to go to an A4, I can just go corner to corner. And I know this is basic stuff, but this is how I like to be able to get a little bit more bang for my buck out of my sketch pads. So now, if I wanted to just leave that like that, get a really good edge. So I'm running my nail along that edge. And if you want to get even a better edge than that, then bend the whole thing back over itself again and go the other side, and then just run your nail down that edge, as you can see there. And now if I want to square that off really nicely, I've got that nice. Then now kiddies, if you're watching this at home, please be supervised by an adult. Very sharp knife, just got one of my kitchen cooking knives there. And all I need to do is just find that nice sharp edge, and I just like to slice straight down along that nice edge there. I actually don't mind that fluffy broken edge that can come off that. My knife's probably not sharp enough for that to get a really, but if you've got a really sharp edge, you won't get any of that fluff. But I noticed that a lot of the water paper that we use do have that raw edge, and it kind of looks pretty cool if you've got that right around on any of your any of your artworks. It looks really cool, especially with watercolor and acrylics and oil. But so that's that way. Now if I want to go an A5, I can just bend that over again, corner to corner, corner to corner. Like I said, try to get them as accurate as you possibly can. Bend it over. Now this is a 200 GSM. GSM is just grams per square meter, and there we go. We've got a little bit out there, a little bit out, a tad, but otherwise pretty good. Now I can do you can opt to bend it over again, but I won't bother. Now I'll try and go for a cleaner edge this time, because I know it's pretty sharp at the top of this, so probably make a liar of me. But see that, it's just cutting through there really nicely, just sliding that through, and there we go. Now I've got some nice little A5s with nice fluffy edges. But like I said, if you want to get it even sharper, even a nicer cleaner edge, use a sharper knife. And then you can even go again and now fold it down to an A6 size, as you can see here, corner to corner, fold it over again that way. Or if you want to go lengthways for a nice little mountainscape, depending on what size. So for this one, I'll just bend it over again for the sake of the exercise. And I'm starting to get some nice, really nice little cards that I can either do an artwork on and send off as a card, or I can do these for my little studies, especially for my YouTube short studies. And leave that as an A5, down to an A4, and here's some that I've done earlier, but I can also do that with a canvas. And if you want to do it with a canvas pad, you can. Now this is just a normal A3 size canvas pad, 280 GSM, so it's not a bad grams per square meter of canvas. And again, I'll do the same thing. It's a loose leaf. I can just tear that out of my canvas pad. And as it always is when you're trying to record something, doesn't happen easily. But a few threads there, but we will get this. Let's put that artwork back in there. Get that out of the way. What I'll do here is just the same thing as the notepad, as the sketch pad, I should say. Corner to corner. Try to get it as accurate as you possibly can. Now I am recording this time, yep. Get it as accurate as you possibly can. Corner to corner if I can do it. And what was it? Not as accurate as I'd like, but we'll get it there to there. And I'll hold that in place, and then I'll just push that there, push that out to that corner, and again I'll just run down my nail down that spine of that fold, so that that does go nice and square and flat, and it does make it easier for cutting. So I've got that. I don't know if it's really going to make much of a difference if I went the other way with that fold again, just to give it, really break those I don't know, what would you call it, just break the spine of that page, so it does make it easier to cut. So now I'll just open that up, and I'll turn that A3 size now into an A4 just by getting my knife there, or you could use a Stanley knife. I'm just using what I've got at hand, but a Stanley knife will do exactly the same thing. I just find they're a little bit too flexible, the Stanley knife blades, so that's why I like to go with the old kitchen knife, especially if it's sharp. And look at that, we've got a nice sharp, nice 2 A4 sizes out of that A3. And now let's go down, say we want to go down to an A5. So we'll just fold that again from an A3 to an A4, corner to corner again, and we'll just get a nice sharp edge on that. Beautiful. Run my nail down each side. Might as well fold it over again on the other side. I know this is pretty basic stuff, but it does give you more mileage out of your sketch pads or your canvas pads, especially when you're doing studies. You can just have a little go at this without having to have a full sketch pad full of, you know, half finished drawings or painting. And now I'm going to go from the A5 size down to an A6. So again, as you've already seen, corner to corner, run your nail down. Now we've got an A6 from an A5, from an A4, from an A3. And it really does give you more mileage out of your sketch pads or your canvas pads, so that you can do quite a lot of studies without having to have $50 worth of sketch pads on hand. And I will just bend that over on both those pieces of paper, get a nice sharp fold. Again, turn this from an A5 down to an A6. Ta-da! And also, just another quick tip, with your little dags and things that are hanging off, don't pull them. All right, the best thing to do with those is to cut them off with the scissors. Otherwise, it'll just run and just damages your little page. So like I said, don't pull those off, because it will damage it. For the sake of the exercise, I'll show you. It's not going to, see how it'll just make it more and more run. It will wreck that page. So you're best off just snipping away those little dags without, I mean, this one's pretty wrecked now, but for the sake of the exercise, you can see what I mean. And we'll take rid of that. We'll just get rid of, take that little dag off the edge there. Don't pull them, because they're bound with gesso. They're also bound by the thread, and it's like pulling one on your jumper. It'll just keep pulling, and it'll just really make a mess of your edges, as you can see. So it's best just to cut those little dags off, and then it's happy days painting. So as you can see, that stuff's pretty basic, I know, but just some recap: A3, A4, A5, A6. So these 3 can come out of that one piece of paper. Happy painting!